So good morning, beautiful angels. How are you all today? Hi, Shari. Hi, Belle. Hi, Anthony. How are you, honey? Lucy, welcome. Hi, Lucy. I haven't seen you in ages, sweetheart. You've been playing lots of video games? All things. Hi, all things. I have forgotten your names. I'm sorry, darling. So use the hashtag Trish Palmer in the comments and I will draw you a card. Okay, if you don't use the hashtag, I won't be drawing you a card. The reason being is because the hashtags allows me to keep up with the conversation as best as I possibly can. Okay, so use your hashtags. The hashtag Trish Palmer. Belle. Absolutely, honey. Okay. I always have impeccable timing. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have one of those days, because the emails have already started. They really have. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have one of those days where I'm gonna have to tell people off. Like, I really am. I've already had emails this morning about people wanting to do this and wanting to do that and wanting to do something else. Thanks for the cares, darling. And they're just wanting to do all this stuff. And I'm like, you don't need to. You're overcomplicating a simple system. Keep it simple. Am I going to do another one, Shari? I don't know just yet. Honestly, I absolutely don't know. If I have enough people jumping in, then maybe. I don't know. At the moment, I am organizing two summits. I'm going flat out here in my own clinic and doing lots of online sessions. So tonight I have a session on quantum linguistics and I have 100 hypnotherapists in it. So am I doing another session? I don't know, honey. If I get enough people interested and signed up, then yeah, I'll probably consider it. So yeah. All right, Bill, let's get you some cards. Yes, yes. I'm having one of those days where I've got the heater on, then the heater off, and then the heater on, then the heater off. All right, Bill, let's see what's going on with you, my love. So, Bill, here we have the Emperor, and the crossover, or sometimes the block card, is the King of Pentacles. Okay, now this crossover is not a block. So when we're talking about the crossover or the block is usually the negative. The crossover is the positive, if you want to use those words. Okay, so here we have the Emperor, and the Emperor is all about knowing your own domain and sticking to your standards. Okay, but at the moment, some of those standards have not been have been a little bit impeded on as such, and that's because there's a little bit of a financial issue occurring at the moment. Okay, but this is not a full block. This is not a big block. This is one of those things that is just temporary. Okay, so for you at the moment, your standards are being impeded on because you're like, no, I need to do this and I need to do that, but I've got to afford this and I need money for that and blah, 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 blah. So if you're feeling a little bit like, probably the best way to explain it is like, you know, uncomfortable as such. If you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable at the moment, it's because of this financial situation. And understand that money comes and money goes. It's never, ever, ever going to be enough money. And the reason why it's never enough money is because we have desires. We change our mind. Robert Kiyosaki said it best when he said, money is easy to make. It's just hard to keep. And that's where most people tend to struggle. And it's true. Money is easy to make. I don't know how many times I've done my tax and my accountant will turn around and she's like, you earned $30,000 during this period. And I'm like, oh, fuck off, I did. No way. I was like, oh, oh, hang on a second, yeah, and then I bought this, and then I went and did that, and then I went and did something else, and blah, 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 blah. So you're exactly the same at the moment, honey. You are the emperor of your own domain. So if you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable at the moment in between your morals, your thoughts, questioning yourself, it's only because you're limiting your own values and your own worth. So put that aside for just a moment and realize that money can always be made again. It's life that we can't replace. So make the call, work it in with your standards and your morals, and keep on going. It comes down to that age-old reality saying that you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So you might as well just be damned. Okay? So yeah, so you have an emperor inside of you at the moment that's telling you, you know what? These are my morals and this is what I want. And then the other part of you was going, financially I can't do that. I don't know what to do. Well, money's going to come and go regardless. So just decide on what is good value now and what can wait. Okay, honey? So use the hashtag, guys, hashtag Trish Palmer, and I will do a reading for you. If you don't have a hashtag, then I won't be doing a reading, sorry. Okay? And if you have a question, use the hashtag and then put the question in, okay? So Shari, is that what we do if we'd like a card drawn? Yep, just use the hashtag Trish Palmer, and then if you have something specific that you want some information about, put a question after it, okay? Belle, yeah, I had some unexpected expenses and had that as a focus. I really want to do some training. Oh, shamanism, beautiful, beautiful. You know what, darling, make it work. Make it work. One of the best things that I have found, especially, when I was struggling, is to just go around your house and find all of that crap that you can sell on Facebook and flick it off for like $2, $3, $5. There was a time when I wanted to get my business up and running, probably about 6-7 years ago now. And there were all these things like, this was $30 a month and that was $50 a month. And I wanted a web page and that was like $600 a year and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, wow, I don't have the money for all this. I was literally just starting out. And there's no way in hell I was going to go and get a loan either. So what I did was, first I started walking around and picking up cans because we actually had the recycling depot just down the road. And then I was like, oh, this is so much effort. This is a pain in the butt. So I looked around the house and I found all of this stuff that I wasn't using. I just wanted to have it. That's all it was. And I was like, you know what? You haven't used, and here was the decision maker, right? I was like, you know what? If you haven't used it in 12 months, sell it. Because you can either buy the newer model when you become more financial, or this was just a women of prayer at the time. So that's what I did. And at the time I was really into making necklaces and earrings with beads and stuff. I gathered everything up. I think the whole lot probably cost me about over $1,000. I flogged it all off as cheap as I possibly could. I think I made about $300 in the end, and then that led to me selling some clothes and all this sort of stuff, and I just flogged off all this stuff for $1 and $2 to make some money. Anyway, my partner at the time, he goes, it's not worth it, it's only $5, it's not worth it. And I was like, okay. So what I did was I actually took all the money and I put it in a Tupperware container and I sat it on top of the fridge. And one day I think it was only like 4 or 5 days in, and I had $80 in there. And my partner comes on and goes, oh, $80, let's get a pizza. And I'm like, no, don't you dare. I said, that's for my future. He goes, where did you get $80 from? And I'm like, from selling things on Facebook for $5, for $1, for $2. It all adds up, okay? So find some shit, sell it on Facebook, and put it aside and start working towards what it is that you want. Because the reality is, like, if we look at my table here, we don't need any of this to make this work. We only get this part when we become financially viable to have this part. And if I get to a stage where I'm not financially viable again, I sell all this, and then when I am financially viable, I bring it all back again. Look where my cat got me. How rude is that? He got me a doozy yesterday. So yeah. Okay. So Shari, you're up next. And happy birthday to Annie Walker. Happy birthday, honey. Grab yourself some cake. Perhaps I should grab some cake and eat it for you. Oh gosh, I love cake. I love cake. Oh, I love my cat, but he got me a doozy yesterday, so at the moment I'm looking like a bit of a drug addict with all the little bits he got me with. So Shari, let's draw some cards for you, sweetheart. And those of you that would like to jump into my past life session, then please just scroll up the comments and it is in there. Hang on a second, I'll post it again. I don't like to spam too much. I'm not much of a buy my stuff kind of person. So yeah. Oh, Annie, are you having cake? The bakery down here is selling these gigantic cakes for like $12, and they've got the huge lemon meringue one because they went into lockdown. They just placed an order the day that it happened, and they're like, oh, you know, come get them. I'm like, oh, so tempting, but you know what? The hips don't like that. Okay, Shari, let's get you some cards, darling. I'm very sidetracked today. I must admit I am. I've got 600 million jobs to do, and I feel like I'm not making headway with any of them. I really don't. Oh, gosh. So, Shari, here we have the Six of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, okay? Now, here we have the Six of Swords, which means that at the moment there's something in your life that is taking quite a big investment and a lot of risk. So a lot of investment and a lot of risk. And here we have with the Six of Pentacles, here we have this person that's flying a hot air balloon. But the thing is, the hot air balloon is supported by swords. So financially, and the reason why I say this is a financial thing, because we have the Ace of Pentacles here, and this is a financial thing, so this is a money thing. So you've done something big recently, which has taken quite a lot of finance as well, and it's risky business, okay? But at the end of the day, when it comes down to this risky business, this investment that you made, and I have a feeling it was a lot of money, like a lot of money, this risky business that you've made is going to be viable because this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is not a block. This is an advancement. So I'm not sure if you invested in yourself or, you know, whether you had somebody give you a sponsorship or something along those lines, but there has been a lot of money going out, okay? You bought a house. Oh, actually, I think I remember Margaret mentioning something like that the other day. Yeah, you did buy a house. Yep, so you bought a house. So you're going to be fine with it, okay? It is an investment. It's going to be one of those things that you can design and create. Also with the Ace of Pentacles here, as we can notice, there's dark tidings in the background and shiny in the front. So there's going to be some things that you need to do to this house. It's not the kind of house that you've purchased and it's going to be 100% beautiful and absolutely everything that you want. There's actually going to be some things that you're going to want to do and you're going to want to change, okay? So yeah, still trying to, it's been a long journey, but almost there now. When do you move into this beautiful new abode of yours? Because it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. It really is. There's a place of self-expression here as well. This is what this part of the card is all about. But it does say that there are some places inside of that house that you're not going to be really happy with, and you're going to have to change it up as such. And when I say not being happy, it's not like I'm saying it's going to be rotted out with termites or anything like that. It's just that, you know, you're going to have to give it a coat of paint, or you're going to have to get some beautiful accessories as such to make it your own space. So yeah, so that was this big investment, okay? But it's not a block. This is an allowance, okay? It's done really, really well. Michelle, yes, just use the hashtag in the comments so that way I can keep track. So hashtag Trish Palmer if you want a card, guys. So Annie, you're up next, my darling. And then we have Nikita over on our other channel. And we've got a couple of watchers on Twitch as well. Hi! And get rid of all the boxes. Oh my gosh, I'm the same. Like, we actually kept some boxes when we moved, and I've got a studio built at the back of the pub here, like in the courtyard, and all of the boxes are actually on the roof of the studio. So yeah. All right, Annie. So Annie, are you turning 27 again today? Is that the age group? I think I'm turning 89 today because oh my gosh, I need a massage so badly. So stiff. So stiff. And he's turning 27 again. Oh, we have sequence cards. Love it when sequence cards come out. Okay. So Annie, here we have the 8 of Cups, okay? And then we have the 9 of Cups as the crossover, okay? There's a lot of, no, Michelle, hashtag Trish Palmer. You know that, sweetheart. So here we have the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Cups, okay? But this one also is a celebratory place. This one's not a block. So the 8 of Cups, at the moment, inside of you, you are happy one minute, sad the next, annoyed the next, blah, 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 blah. It's like these emotions are up, down, down, up, up, down, confused, blah, blah, blah. And that's what's happening with all of these emotions. The only reason why this is happening is because they've been sorted out, okay? But the problem here is you haven't finished your sorting of emotions yet. You haven't found that cup where you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to drink from this cup and I'm going to be really good about it. And what happens when it comes to the 8 of Cups crossing over with a sequence is because the missing cup here, the emission emotion cup here is not an actual cup. It's not a cup where you can put something in and you can divide everything up, where this one's sadness, that one's red wine, that one's chocolate syrup, you know, that one's happiness. You can't do that. It doesn't work like that. The missing cup is you. You are the main cup. And the thing is, you are a mixture of all the cups. So mix up all of these emotions. Don't go so far into one or so far into the other that you're separating these cups. Because when you separate the cups, you separate yourself and then you lose yourself. So you are the cup, my darling. You are the cup. Mix up everything and make a beautiful recipe of success and then start celebrating it. Celebrate who you are and the being of you. Okay? So when you look at that criteria, that's actually a beautiful sequence to have. So you got 2 C cups. Yeah, she's pretty cuppy there, isn't she? She's definitely letting it all out. That's it, Michelle. Now you're getting it, honey. Hashtag Trish Palmer. So we'll get you some cards, darling. We'll get you some cards. Now, up at the top of the conversation, we have people that have asked. Now, I don't know whether you guys can see this because I have people coming in from different channels. I have people that sometimes ask about other people. That's what I have. And they'll ask about, you know, their daughter's husband, or, you know, their friend of a friend or something like that. When we do tarot readings, we always keep it focused to you. That's what we do. And that's how we know that you're a present client, that you're a seeker as such, and your energies are aligning. That's how we know that the seeking is true and the energies connect. Okay, so if you want more advanced stuff, like to know about if a friend of a friend of a friend or something like that, you must connect the seeker first, and then all those other energies come through. It's a ripple effect as such. Okay. Karine, you know better than that. Hashtag Trish Palmer, okay? So use the hashtag Trish Palmer. So Michelle, let's get you some cards, darling. Did I say this morning I was going to have people joining that are making a simple system more complex than it needs to be? Frowny face, frowny face. All right, Michelle, let's get you a card, my darling. That's it, Karine. That's it, Karine. You've done this before, honey. You've done this before. All right, Michelle, let's find out what's going on with you. We've got lots of cups coming out today. Is everybody's emotions in upheaval? Well, some people's will be because we're in bloody lockdown, aren't we? Okay, so Michelle, here we have the 3 of Cups, and crossing it is the devil. Now this one is also this is what we call a past sequence, these ones. So here we have the Three of Cups, and this Three of Cups is actually all about you, my darling. Now with the Three of Cups, you're going through a phase at the moment of I'm just going to say it, it's the devil that you know. Let me turn off that light and see if I can get you to see the cards a bit better. That didn't really help. Maybe if I turn off this one. I've got 500 million lights here. Oh, what's that button? I'm trying to get you guys to see the cards a bit better without all that reflection up there. Or maybe it's this light. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Awesome. Okay, so Michelle, here we have the Three of Cups. Now these cards are all about you, okay, honey? And then we have the crossover. So this is a block, which is known as the Devil card. Okay, so the Three of Cups, it's all about the devil that you know. You know your own self, but you're questioning yourself at the moment, and you've been feeding the negative side of yourself as well. So here we have a person, but as we look deeper into the card, the person's face is all the same, but the outfits are different. And that's because you're having all these different shoes on at different times in different situations, but you've been fueling the devil that is within. So if you feel like your eating habits are out of whack at the moment, or there's depression creeping in or something like that, I feel like it's more of an emotional thing, like you're really down and out on yourself, and that's because you've been feeding the wrong part of yourself. Nobody is saying that depression or anxiety or anything like that doesn't exist, but what we're saying is we only get what we feed. And at the end of the day, if we get up out of bed and we tell ourselves that we're tired, then we will be tired. If we get up out of bed and we tell ourselves, you know what, I'm feeling depressed and shit today, then that's what we will be today. But if we change that up, if we change up the wording just slightly, so rather than saying a word like today as such, we could turn around and go, look, you know what, I'm just feeling a little bit depressed for now, and I know it'll get better. And when you put in the words for now, like FORNOW, so for now, when we put in those words, that's when we're changing up that mentality, because our brain goes, oh, it's just for now, it's going to end. And that's the reality of it, because sure, you might be feeling a bit down and out for now, but by lunchtime, perhaps you're feeling a bit better, or by nighttime when you're going to bed, you're feeling awesome, or something great's going to happen. So just tell yourself this is for now, not for today, because today is every day. Simple as that. If you tell yourself I'm going to be depressed for today, and then tomorrow comes, which is now today, then you will be depressed for today. You're solidifying in that truth into the devil that you know. Okay, so change up that wording and put yourself in the for now, and then slowly merge out of it. Because even I, like, you know, even me as a hypnotherapist, I have days where I'm like, fuck this shit, I've had enough of everything, stick it up your ass, blah, 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 sort of thing. So, Michelle, it's self-sabotage? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's the only form of sabotage there is, okay? The only form of sabotage is self-sabotage. It's just that simple, like it really is. So let me change up, use hashtag Trish Farmer for a card. So yeah, that's literally what it is, Michelle. Like, you know, like even me, like I said, I'm a hypnotherapist, I study mentality, and even me, I get out of bed some days and I'm like, fuck this, I've had enough of the world, stick it up your ass, blah, blah, blah. For now, because it is going to get better. And then I have days where I'm just like, I'm going to take on the world. Yeah. You know, people that study mentality are no more superior than anybody else. If anything, they just can't blame themselves because they're now educated and can rise above it just a little bit faster. That's all it is. It doesn't make them superior on any level. And trust me, even people who study psychology or anything like that, they're not gods of happiness or any of that sort of bullshit, even though that's the perception that we give it. They're not. They have shit days. It's just that they don't that they're not probably putting it on Facebook or anything like that, and the perception is changed. It's that fine line between perception and deception. Everybody has shit days, everybody has shit times, but just don't have a shit week or a shit month or a shit life. Don't set up camp there, okay? Okay, so Corrine, my darling. Oh, you'd still be in lockdown, are you, Corrine? Corrine also does readings as well. You can jump onto her webpage, CorrineCharmers.com, and look up her readings. And she does it all online as well. So that's pretty cool. So Corrine, let's get you some cards, my love. Week 9 in lockdown. Wow. I think we're coming up to week 1 after being out for like 9 days or something like that. I can't remember. Whatever. All right, so Corrine, let's grab some stuff for you. Oh, actually, I will do a little plug before I get onto this, okay? Corrine Charmers has a Chakra Recharge that you can do with her online. So if you feel like you're a little bit discombobulated and you need your chakras aligned, message Corrine, okay? Absolutely message her. She's got this beautiful process that she takes you through, and it helps just align all of your bits as such. Like, just amazing, just absolutely amazing. I must admit, like, I'm not full woo-woo, okay, guys? Like, I'm not full woo-woo. Like, I have spirits and angels and all that sort of stuff. And when Corrine first introduced me to the chakras, I was like, oh, yeah, I know what they are, you know? And that was kind of it. And then she said to me, oh, would you like to go through a session? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? You know, I wasn't doing anything. Holy shitballs McGee, like, fucking hell, it was fucking amazing, just absolutely great, like, loved it, absolutely loved it. So if you're looking for some healing where you're like, oh, you know what, my voice is fading in or out, or, you know, my stomach feels a little bit funny, it could actually be your chakras, so jump on that. So she's teaching it at 10:30 today. Oh, there you go, jump onto that, guys, okay? Absolutely amazing. I won't tell you which chakra of mine was out of line because it's just a little bit like, ooh, down there. All right, Corrine, let's get on with it. Like I said, I'm a little bit out of sorts today. I can feel it. Emotions again, emotions. Corrine, my love, my love, my love. All right, so I'm going to give it to you. Okay, Corrine, start aligning your chakras, my love. Start aligning. Here we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is the king of all emotions. They're in charge. They've got their shit together. They've sorted themselves out. But unfortunately, there is an uncontrollable variable, which is the Tower, that is destroying you from the inside out at the moment. Michelle, you need your bits fixed. Get a really good vibrator, okay, honey? I must admit, I on a side note with a story, I had a client a little while back, and she oh my gosh, I laughed my ass off. She wanted to learn the love languages, okay? And she wanted to learn why she was still single after all this time. And when I said to her, what are your beliefs towards you being single after all this time? She goes, I have a vibrator. She goes, that thing sets me off so amazingly. No penis will ever be able to do it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting that as an answer. And she goes, sometimes I'm afraid to use it because I know no man will ever be able to replace it. And she's like, nobody does me like me. And I'm like, okay, that's different. I was like, whoa, what? You know, I was talking about my red chakra being aligned, but okay. So yeah. So back to Corrine, okay? So Corrine, you are the king of the emotions, you really are, but unfortunately there is the uncontrollable variable that is ripping you apart. And that ripping you apart, you're feeling like it's not going to end, that you've had enough, that you're on the verge of quitting, okay? Whatever you do, don't quit. Just pause. Just put things on pause. That's all you've got to do. Because when the Tower is ripping out your world and destroying everything that you've built up, It's a representation of building something better. The tale of two dragons. Let me tell you the tale of two dragons. So a king in the Arcturian period decided that he was going to build a gigantic castle on the edge of a cliff. And he was told it was not possible because this cliff was always falling down. Now, he kept on building this castle over many, many years, and it was in like the 10th or the 15th year during the Arcturian period that the castle just kept on falling down. And they're like, you cannot build it here, it is cursed ground, you cannot build it. So the king decided to go for a bit of an explore. Whilst he went exploring, people were telling him, you can't go into those areas because they're taboo. It's bad. You cannot go there. It is cursed. And the king was like, you know what? If you can't tell me why it's cursed, then I will go and discover why it's cursed for myself. So off he went. As he went, he then came across a cave. Inside of the cave, there was the red dragon and the white dragon sleeping peacefully. And as those dragons slept peacefully, they would snore, and that would cause the ground to vibrate, so that way the castle could never be built upon where they were hibernating. So what the king did was he got Merlin on board, and Merlin discovered that the dragons were sleeping for approximately 500 years and that they were almost through their sleeping hibernation period. So what the king did was he decided to go and start giving the dragons some food to eat each single time, so when they came out of their hibernation period, that they would have the ability to survive. Upon this notion, he also moved his castle back by approximately 3 feet, because that was the area that he could be safe and also have the dragons on their side. Once the dragons had awoken from their deep sleep and their slumber, they realized that they had food, they had abundance, and they had this wonderful new king in the land that had built a castle that they could respect, because this was a mutual agreement. The king did not put his castle and quit it. All he did was worked out a better way to do it and put that place on pause, because he needed to do that whilst the dragons that were outside were hibernating. Make friends with the dragon, be smarter than the system, and keep on leveling up, okay? Because the king could have been defeated by all of these dragons, and he also could have been defeated by his own emotions of, I just can't, it's just not possible. And it's only from the attitude of I can that we get evolution from the old I can't. Once upon a time in this world, we were told that we can't fly. Well, there's now 5,000 planes in the area, in the sky at any one time. Okay? So, Corrine, if you're feeling a little bit defeated, it's because there is an external dragon at the moment and you need to be put on pause. Okay? We cannot wake the dragon. If we wake the dragon, it will kill us. However, we can prepare for when the dragon wakes again and go from there. Pause is way better than quitting. Okay? So who else do I have? Does anybody notice that I've actually studied the Arcturian period? Like, oh my gosh, it was just like, you know, my thing. It was my thing. Oh gosh. Hi Amy, how are you, honey? I did have another hashtag here. I have lost it. The chat goes really, really fast sometimes. I won't wait 5,000 years though. Yeah, I got a feeling your bits will be a bit weird by then, babe. You might just be your chakras. That's it. That's all that'll exist in 5,000 years. You'll be an energy-based being, my love. An energy-based being. Hi, Amy. Use the hashtag in the comments if you would like a card. Now, for those that want to join in on my past life session, it's $14. It's all done online. We will be discovering who you were in a past life. And when it comes to the past life, it doesn't mean that you were a person. Okay, some people are not people when they come to this realm. Some people have previously been fallen angels. Some people have actually been spirit guides or animals of some sort. And some people have also been what's known as the Arcturian Archetypes. And Arcturian Archetypes are beings that are not from this planet. So, you know, perhaps you were somebody in a previous life from many years ago, or perhaps you weren't from this plane. So if you would like to jump in on that past life session, then please, by all means, jump in. It is a group session. I think there's only like 4 tickets left because there's only 10 tickets available. So jump in on that now, tap on that link and get onto it ASAP. And it's all done online via Zoom. Don't be afraid of the tech, okay? Because it's all written there step by step. All you need is the ability to read and to read the screen. That's it, okay? All right, so I have Hofton to 2040. Hofton? H-O, Hofton? Hofton 2040 over on Streamcraft. How are you, darling? Apologies, yeah, I am a bit slow today. I'm a bit of a storyteller today. Yes, Hofton, yes, I will get you a card, my love. Now, Hofton, just on that note, you're a female. As much as your name on this representation comes across as very masculine, you're a girl, aren't you? Yes, I'm a girl, but I'm not a girly girl. I hate being a girl. That's completely fine, my darling. Okay, completely fine. Okay, there is nothing wrong with having a more dominant masculine energy as long as you're using it for good. Okay. Tap on the link, Michelle. It will change into your time frame and it'll tell you the date of when it's on. So Hofton, let's have a look. Oh, cups again. Cups everywhere. The world is emotional. Okay. So Hofton, here we have the Knight of Wands, and we also have the Knight of Cups. Okay, now these are what we call twin flames. These cards come in together, like one doesn't exist without the other. It's kind of like they ignite each other. Okay, so the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups is a confusion state. So the Knight of Wands, here you have this wand, and see how we have this feminine energy that's dressed up as masculine, just like I mentioned before. Okay, but then we have that when you're in that state where you're crying, you're upset, or even menstrual or anything like that, it's all about the girly girl, and that's part of you that you don't like. Okay, honey. So you are the Knight of Wands. You actually have your own masculine superpower inside of yourself. The problem here is that you're blocking it with this whole, oh, I'm a girl scenario, or I've got to do this, or I've got to do that, or I've got to do something else. You're blocking it with your emotions. Let it go, okay, darling? Let it go. Because at the end of the day, you can still be a really attractive female in a masculine energy. That is like the pinnacle of making it work. Okay, Shania Twain demonstrated it best when she released her song Man, I Feel Like a Woman, because what she was demonstrating was that you could be in a suit and a tie and still be that female inside, like still have that girly girl part that has that masculine energy. So if you haven't heard that song, go into Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman, because she has that masculinity about her, but she also has that feminine side as well. So your magical part of you is your masculine side. But the Knight of Wands talks also about how, as much as this is your masculine side, you've got this wonderful ability, you got no idea how to use it. You're just like, oh my gosh, this is just a pain in the ass. Rather than seeing it as a pain in the ass, turn around and go, radio, I need to learn how to use this device. Okay? Don't just assume that people know how to use a pen or anything like that. Like, you look at this and this is just a pen, correct? Actually, incorrect. This is a pen with an eraser on the end of it. So you can actually delete this pen. So you can write it in ink and then you can erase it. But most people wouldn't even know that unless I told them. And that's where education comes in. So become educated about your masculine side so that you can use it appropriately for when this feminine side kicks in. Okay? Go listen to that song. It's a fucking amazing song. And the way that she wears that jacket and that suit and that tie and that hat is just phenomenal. Okay, Houghton? So thank you. No worries, darling. No worries. No worries. So Houghton was just expressing thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't like being a girly girl. I'm a tomboy. So there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But embrace that masculine side and make it work for you rather than against you. That's the difference here. Okay? Everything that is happening in our lives, we can either use it as a for us or against us. And if it's against you, walk away from it. Chuck it in the bin. Fuck it. Get rid of it. Simple as that. A little while back, I had some what I thought were great people in my life. And then they did some stuff that I didn't approve of. It didn't align for my morals. And I was like, you know what, I can't do this with you anymore. I can't. I've had enough. And as much as it hurts when it does occur, at the end of the day, it's no different to taking out some trash. Because if that's what we need to do to find a clearer path on ourselves and our own relaxation, then make it work for you rather than against you. That's the difference here. Okay? All right, and who else do we have? We have Stephanie. Stephanie, throw a hashtag in the comments, darling. Hashtag Trish Palmer, and then I know that you want a card. We do have people here that just like to sit in the chat and just have a talk, listen to my stories as such. So if you want a card, use the hashtag Trish Palmer, and we'll draw you a card. Okay. Ooh. No instant messages today, okay, guys? Okay. I have 1289 720402. That's a really, really interesting gamer tag there. 1289. I couldn't report you if I was playing Sea of Thieves because I wouldn't be able to remember all the numbers. All right, 128. How about I call you 128? How about 128? Okay, let's get you some cards, love. So 128. Wow, 128. There's something that's really pissing you off at the moment, sweetheart. Oh, we have two major arcana cards, and oh, all right. So, thank you for that 128. Absolutely, thank you for that. So, I'm actually going to talk about this right here, right now. So, and I'm going to leave you in the chat over there on Streamcast so that I can do a demonstration. Okay, so for those of you that are watching on my other channels, I've just had 12897204002 join in the chat and then go hashtag Trish Palmer, I'd like a card. Awesome. So I draw some cards and then they put into the chat a little meme saying, no one gives a fuck, you cunt. Right, so I'll just be reporting and blocking that. Okay, so this is what we call a form of bullying, okay, guys, and I have been a victim of this over quite a lot in my days. But in saying that, at the end of the day, when it comes to these kind of people being online, it's not a personal attack on you, so don't take it personally. And this is what puts a lot of people off wanting to be streamers and gamers and things like that because of this kind of stuff. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, absolutely. But are you entitled to take it personally? No, you're not. Okay, it's as simple as that. That's how we build resilience. That's how we stop building our own resentment and dragging ourselves down. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be people like 128 that want to see other people fail because it because it also justifies their own failures. I haven't blocked 128 just yet. I'm just waiting for them to crack the shit. Go fuck yourself. Yes, it's called having a personal vibrator, sweetheart. So yeah, so this is a form of bullying. So thank you 128 for that conversation. I will be reporting your profile and those comments to Streamcraft. Thank you so much. Go and have an absolutely lovely day. Hopefully you'll start to sort out some of those issues that are going on inside of you, and you know, you won't need to. Oh, they're gone, but doesn't matter. I'll keep talking. And you won't need to actually hurt others to give yourself any valid justification of your own failures. So yeah, so guys, that's just a form of bullying, and it happens to so many people. It happens to people like me who are just doing tarot readings. It happens to people that are gamers. It happens to people that are vloggers and things like that. It's going to happen. It comes with the territory. There is no way around it. Okay, and you can have the best and the clearest and the easiest system out there, and there'll always be a douchebag. There's always going to be a douchebag. When I teach the healing of the inner child, we talk about the Jungian archetypes, and there are some Jungian archetypes. What the hell, bullies? 128s. Their parents obviously didn't wear a condom or use a vibrator. So yeah, so when it comes to this form of bullying, honestly, like, it's not personal, okay? So just imagine it like somebody comes into your house and leaves an item there that doesn't belong to you, and then leaves. Return the item, okay? Actually, on that, I'll tell you a story about how I got past a bully a little while back. So originally I lived in Mount Gambier, and I'm a pretty cruisy person, but I will tell you when you've overstepped a line or something like that. But at the end of the day, even if I've said to you, look, stop being a dickhead, we're still mates. Like, I've just gone, no, they're my standards, you've impeded on them, I don't appreciate that. And when it comes to these form of bullyings, a little while back, I lived in Mount Gambier in South Australia, and yeah, they do, Michelle. And I lived in a house that, you know, was like that in the backyard. So the backyard was slanted down, and all the houses kind of went up and around it. Anyway, on the left-hand side, there was a huge shed, so there was no one there. The back property was a huge shed, so you couldn't get past there either. And then the side property had like huge gum trees, and they had a couple of dogs. And I used to feed the dogs because, you know, they were a bit bored and they never got to go for a walk. Anyway, one day I was in my backyard and I was mowing the lawns, and I mowed over some dog poo. And I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, there's only one direction that this dog poo can come from, and that was from the neighbors with the gum trees. Anyway, I kind of left it and I picked it up. No big deal. Anyway, a couple of weeks later, I was out in the backyard and I was trimming the lemon tree. Or actually, I was kind of destroying it. I have to admit that. I was destroying it. And this dog poo came over the fence and landed in the backyard. And I was like, wow, if that's the dog doing that, I'm not even angry. I'm actually quite impressed. So I popped my head over the fence and I said to Jason, Jason, your dog just did a poo shoot over my fence into my yard. And he's like, oh. I said, don't worry about it, honey. I said, the item doesn't belong to me. What I'll do is I'll put it in some Glad wrap and I'll come back and I'll put it in your mailbox so that you can keep it, because it clearly belongs to your dog, and your dog needs to learn where to keep what belongs to them, because I actually don't need this item. I didn't purchase it. I didn't ask for it. So therefore, I feel like I'm stealing it if I keep it. And Jason was like, blah, blah, blah. And anyway, so I got the Glad wrap, I scooped it up, I went out the front to put it in his mailbox, and he's like, don't do that. And I said, but it belongs to you. I said, it belongs to your dog. I said, we have a couple of options here. One, you can start to scoop up your dog poo and put it in your own bin appropriately. Or two, I'll scoop it up for you and just return it, because it doesn't belong to me, and I'm not a thief, so I don't steal things. And for some reason, I never had an issue with the dog poo ever again. Like, who would have thought? Like, the dog poo shooter, boop, boop, over my fence, just suddenly stopped poo shooting. Who would have thought? Okay, so just give back things that people give to you that don't belong to you, because it's shit. It's shit. Just fucking give it back to them. Like, you know, why would you want to keep a shitty gift anyway? It's shit. So give it back. So when you get those sorts of bullies and things like that online, emailing you, commenting, blah, 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 don't take their shit and eat it. Don't take their shit and keep it in your own house. Put a bit of Glad wrap over it and give it back to them, okay? It's not your shit. See, no shit's given. No shits, okay? So I will do one more reading. I have Wanda over on Twitch. Thanks for joining me, darling. Thanks for joining me. Wanda, for some reason I get a sensation that you like to dabble in witchcraft of some sort. I've got a feeling I'm saying that wrong. Is it witchcraft? Talk to me, honey. Oh, they're typing. Voodoo. You do voodoo? Oh, that's some next level shit right there, darling. Oh, you and I need to have a chat. Oh, I get tingles all over my body. I've always wanted to go to is it Boston where you have the voodoo queens and stuff like that? Like, I don't want to cross them. Oh God, no. There's a no. But it's a fascinating art, absolutely fascinating art, and it's an art form that's still very much alive over there as well. I do voodoo, but not the dark type. Oh my God, you're making me nervous. I'm getting tingles. Oh gosh, let's get you some cards. Now, you probably don't know all this stuff already, okay? Oh, more cups. Oh gosh, they're just coming out everywhere. So Wanda, here we have the Eight of Pentacles, and then we have a crossover of a Five of Cups, okay? So inside of the Eight of Pentacles, you've been doing this for a while by the looks of it. You're not a new, I want to say witch, but I know that's not the right terminology now, darling. So you've actually been doing this for a while, and you've got quite a lot of projects here, and I have a shop in Missouri. Oh, cool. What time of the day is it? Oh, it'd be nighttime over there. Why don't you sleep, honey? So you've got all these projects, and you've just got to keep on going with them and keep lining them up, okay? Because you've got one project that you're focusing on at the moment, but these other projects you kind of keep looking at, but they're done. They're done. Just let them do their thing, let them grow, let them do their thing. But unfortunately there is a block, and I don't feel like this block is you. I feel like this block is somebody else, like an external source. And here it is, the Five of Cups, and it's kind of like you've got two cups that you're giving. There's two cups on the shelf, and they're taking one cup and just drinking it so fast that you can't keep up with serving them, okay? So this is an external source. As much as I don't think they're male either. Like, I think they're a female that's a bit bossy of some sort. Can you clarify any of that story for me, Wanda? I'll give you a bit of time to type, okay, honey? So yeah, so you've got these projects, but there's somebody else coming in that it's kind of like, you know, you have five and then they take one, so you've only got four, but you worked really hard for five, sort of thing. I keep lending my sister money and she doesn't pay it back. Yeah, see, because this is a block card, honey, like a block is something that we must get over, or a hurdle that we jump over, we go around, we grab the hurdle, we throw it off the field or something like that. So the hurdle must be dealt with. So when it comes to, did you say your sister? Yeah, that's right. Your sister. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you're gonna have to start saying no, sweetheart. Like, everybody has these stories that are tragic or you know, disgusting or terrible, that bring them down on some level. But that is that person's version of the story. Okay, if they want to be inside of that and stay inside of that, then you actually giving them money or sorting it out or anything like that is allowing her to stay like that. It is only through discomfort that we actually evolve into comfort. Okay, and if people get comfortable with discomfort, well, at the end of the day, that's their choice, and there's nothing you can do without that. Some people like to sit in their own shit. It's as simple as that. Okay, honey. Can you put a really good hex on me? Like something like I don't care about money or anything like that. What do I want? The ability to tolerate idiots. I would love that as a hex. Can you do that one for me, darling? Oh, I love it. Yeah, absolutely. You've got a shop. That's really cool. Do you have a web page? Because I'd totally check it out. Or an Etsy store? You're working on it at the moment. That's really cool. Like, keep tuning in, okay, darling? And shoot me a link. I'd absolutely love to check it out. Absolutely. All right, my darling loves, I am going to trundle off. I have a session tonight with 100 hypnotherapists in it. Totally stoked. Absolutely stoked because I'm capped. I couldn't take any more people in. And yeah, otherwise than that, I've got heaps of work to do today, heaps of clients, heaps of pickups. I launched a product in the hypnosis community, and I'm struggling to keep up with the emails. So thank you so much for joining in with me and helping me to just pause for a few moments so that I can help you. All right, my loves, please jump onto that past life healing session, and I will catch you here same time, same place next week, as long as the universe doesn't decide that we're going in a different path. Okay, lovelies. See ya. Mwah. Eat some cake, Annie. Eat some cake.